Imagine this. Two of the world's greatest empires, the United States and Great Britain, on the brink of a loud war. Armies are gathering, warships are sailing into position, and cannons are aimed. The cause? A pig. Yes, you heard me right. A single, hungry pig. Welcome to the unbelievable, yet completely true story of the Pig War of 1859. Our story unfolds on a tiny little rock in the Pacific Northwest called San Juan Island. Back then, both the Americans and the British claimed it as their own. It was a beautiful, peaceful place, mostly populated by a few dozen American farmers and a bunch of British employees from the Hudson's Bay Company. For a while, everyone got along just fine, sharing the land, even if they couldn't agree on which flag to fly. But one fateful day, June 10, 1859, everything changed. An American farmer named Lyman Cutler walked out to his potato patch and found a large black pig munching away on his prized spud snail. This wasn't the first time. This pig, owned by an Irishman working for the British named Charles Griffin, had a reputation for raiding gardens. Cutler had had enough. In a moment of frustration, he grabbed his rifle and ... Well, you can guess what happened. The pig was no more. Cutler, feeling a bit guilty, went to Griffin's home to apologize and offered to pay for the pig. He offered $10. Griffin, furious, demanded $100. That was a huge amount of money back then. Cutler argued that the pig was trespassing and eating his potatoes, so he shouldn't have to pay that much. The argument got heated. Griffin said, "It is up to you to keep your potatoes out of my pig." No agreement was reached, and things started to escalate fast. The British authorities threatened to arrest Cutler. The American settlers, feeling unprotected, panicked, and called for military backup. So, the U.S. government sent in the army. Captain George Pickett, who you might know from the Battle of Gettysburg later on, arrived with 66 soldiers. He declared the entire island was now U.S. territory. You can imagine how the British reacted. They saw this as an invasion. So, they sent their own warships to the island. Soon, 3 massive British warships, carrying over 2,000 men and more than 70 cannons, were staring down Pickett's small company. The British commander, Captain Geoffrey Hornby, was ordered to land his troops and kick the Americans off the island. The world held its breath. A single gunshot could have triggered a full-scale war between the United States and the British Empire. All because of a potato-loving pig? Captain Pickett, in a moment of bravado, told his men, "We'll make a Bunker Hill of it." Tensions were at an all-time high. But thankfully, cool heads prevailed. Captain Hornby, looking at the situation, thought it was completely absurd to start a war over a pig, and decided to hold his fire. Word of this bizarre standoff eventually reached Washington, D.C. and London. High-level officials were baffled. President James Buchanan sent a general to negotiate, and the British sent an admiral. They both agreed the situation was ridiculous. They decided on a temporary solution, a joint military occupation of the island. 100 American soldiers would stay, and 100 British Royal Marines would stay. Each had their own camp, but they actually got along great. They celebrated holidays together, visited each other's camps, and basically turned the whole thing into a peaceful cohabitation. This strange arrangement lasted for 12 whole years. Finally, in 1871, the two nations decided to let a neutral party, Kaiser Wilhelm I of Germany, decide who the island belonged to. He looked at the maps, the treaties, and in 1872, he awarded San Juan Island to the United States. And just like that, the Pig War was over. The only casualty was the pig. It's a wild story, isn't it? A testament to how small disputes can spiral out of control, but also how diplomacy and common sense can prevent disaster. It shows that sometimes, even when nations are ready for war, a little bit of hesitation and thinking, "Is this really worth it?" can change the course of history. If you love incredible stories from history like this one, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We dive into the weirdest, wildest, and most fascinating forgotten events every week. You won't want to miss what we uncover next. Thanks for watching.